Hi, how you doing?
For more than 4 years, Kathy Conklin has been looking for a full-time job. The former office administrator says every time she applies for a position, dozens, even hundreds of applicants are already ahead of her.
At first it was quite depressing, so it took me a while to kind of get out of that.
Conklin has managed to get a little work at this food bank in the state of Maryland to keep herself busy, but it doesn't pay the bills. She collected unemployment benefits, but she's no longer eligible because she's been out of work for so long. Conklin is what's known in the U.S. as the long-term unemployed. It's a growing group of people in the United States who are often out of work for so long, they've given up looking for a job at all. The U.S. Department of Labor reported there were more people who stopped looking for work in the month of December than those who actually found a job. More than a third of all unemployed workers have been job hunting for more than 6 months. The unemployment rate in the U.S. has remained largely unchanged for months, meaning large numbers of Americans are unable to get back to work, a dilemma President Obama says he wants to overcome.
The folks who've been unemployed the longest often have the toughest time getting back to work. It's a cruel catch-22.
The U.S. president is urging companies to take a more positive approach when assessing the applications of the long-term unemployed to end what they see as discrimination.
This kind of long-term, what I'm going to call dispiritedness, discouragement, is not just felt by the people out of work. It's felt by the people who think they may be out of work.
Last year, benefits for more than 1 million unemployed Americans ended when Congress couldn't agree on how to extend them. Next week, the U.S. Senate will try to come up with legislation to change that. But there's resistance from Republicans who say it's a benefit the U.S. can no longer afford.
Republicans have plans to close the gap. Plans that will focus on jobs first, without more spending, government bailouts, and red tape.
With so many in the U.S. still out of work, Conklin knows her prospects for a good job are fading by the day. Until then, she's trying to stay positive.
And you realize you can do things to help others while you're still looking, and that's why I started coming here. Go ahead and pick out your breads.
Kimberley, Halkett, Al Jazeera, Gaithersburg, Maryland.